There it is, my friends, the XL 4200 that I have been working with for many years. In fact, I had two of these. I sold one of them to my buddy Rookie. He wanted to come and have an excavator in YouTube Gold, so he took it over, and I've been using this particular model for 2 seasons of YouTube Gold, plus a whole bunch of other fun things over the years that you may have seen on RC Adventures. But it does show signs of some heavy duty wear. All of the cylinders are leaking over all this time. Yes, I can go ahead and get replacement O-rings for it, but I think another excavator might be due in the studio. Check it out. Brand new box sitting here from a company called Lesu. Depending on where you're from in the world, you may pronounce it differently. This company actually specializes in 1/14 and 1/12 scale heavy duty equipment or hauling, like truck hauling parts and accessories. They build trucks themselves, and in fact they are somewhat leaders in the hydraulic area of the hobby. Now, in the affordable hydraulic area of the hobby, if that even exists as a term. But I want to rip into the box. My confidence on this is higher than ever because I think to build an excavator is going to be one of the highlights of my RC career. Loving the corners. Everything is nice, protected. Instruction book, first thing I see on top. The BA B0002. It must stand for badass, I'm hoping. All right, here we go. First look. Whoa. Whoa. Wow, so this must be the excavator arm, obviously. Look at the connectors. No way. Everything is unpainted. I literally have to do everything from what I understand. But look at this. This is the hydraulic block. This is where the servos are going to be controlling the valves that open and close, that control the fluid to go through the machine. Oh, it comes with all the servos. Servos, a bag full of tools, all sorts of tools. Wow. Oh, okay, this must be the track motor right here, one of them. Oh yeah. Wow. Okay, so brushed motor right there with a gearbox. Wow, neat. I wonder how it works through this area right here. Like, normally I've got direct drive motors on mine, for example. There's a motor right behind this area on the other side. And I got them from Soylent Industries. You can see right there, there's 2 motors sticking out. But this one has it inline. That's crazy. Okay, let me get some of this stuff laid out. Is there 2 layers? Oh, there is. Of course there is. Oh, oh yeah. Look at that. Even comes with a Hobby Wing quick run in there, brushless. Too funny. Let's have a look at this. Look at the big bucket. Now, this is a decent sized bucket. This isn't like the largest bucket I have on this one. This one is not the stock bucket, and in fact, I had to assemble that bucket. But look at this. That's a pretty darn good size. We must have to bolt on the edge, the cutting blade. Wow, guys, this is amazing. There's a hydraulic ram right there. Wow, I've got a lot to figure out. Believe me, if you're intimidated looking at this, I am too. Here is the pump, okay? So this is the pump, and it actually has a pressure gauge right on there, so it'll tell you where you're at. Sweet. What are these? Brushed electronic speed controllers. 320 amp. What? Wow. There is a lot in here for me to discover. Yeah, here's the centerpiece that it's going to be turning on. Wow. And here are the tracks. Look at that. One track. And it's heavy too. Come on out of the box. Look at this. Unpainted. Unbelievable. 1/14 scale. Wow. Wow. Look at this little fella. It has a pinion gear on it and an inline motor with 2 transmissions, it looks like. And then a whole bunch of plastic accessories. Well, I certainly have my work cut out for me this time. First thing I noticed when I opened the book is the decal sheet. Let's have a look at this. So the PC360 size. And they checked off, it looks like manually checked off that every piece is in here. Wow, this is going to be an insane build. This is going to take longer than a week. Now clearly I have a ton of painting to do even before I start building, and I'll do most of that off camera. Look at these. Holy cow. So no plastic lines on this. Like this one's all plastic, right? I've had some issues with it over the years, but all of these pipes, connectors on the end. I wonder if I'm finally going to be able to get like a jaw crusher for the end of my excavator or a thumb. That would be amazing. Yep, a lot of painting first. So, what do I have to use? Probably a good acid etcher. I'm going to have to acid etch this first. All of this, I'll have to wear a mask when I'm using this stuff. But this will help etch right into this and adhere to it when I go to spray paint it. Now, a lot of you may be like, why aren't you getting it powder coated? And that's a good question. I think it's because I really do enjoy the painting process as well. And I'm willing to give it a shot. It's an excavator. It's not supposed to look 100% perfect. Wow. There's more line right there. So there is some tubing. Wow. Oh, that's heavy. Holy cow, listen to this. That's what I'm talking about. This is a pad. So for painting, I'll be able to remove these screws all the way down and just remove the hoses right out of the way, and then that way I can get a nice even coat. Probably what I'll end up doing is hanging these pieces through the holes, and then that way I'm going to get a good even coat of gray all the way around. And I don't think I'm going to go for the standard orange color. Why not do something a little bit different, right? Have it stand out from the rest of them. Besides, it's my first excavator build. It should stand out. Hopefully it works. I mean, because of my building. Incredible. Look at this on the bottom. There's pieces that, oh, nice. I was wondering about that. Look at that plate. Oh, yeah. There's all the fittings for the hydraulics. Yeah. You can always tell when I'm excited about a project when I get the first layer of primer on before I've really unboxed anything. I love this hobby. There's just so much cool stuff to do. Okay, let's look at one of these speed controllers that it comes with, just so we can kind of have an idea of what it looks like. Okay, pretty standard. Inexpensive. Almost looks like a hobby wing. I'm not sure. It doesn't say hobby wing, so I assume it's not, but 320 amps? That's crazy. Wow, comes with an ultra plug and the connectors on the end. It looks like it'll be plug and play. Let's have a look at one of these cylinders before I wrap up today's episode. I'm sure everybody wants to have an up-close look at it. Wow. So I also have to cover up the tips and of course the end here so I can paint this whole thing with that primer. That's the beauty about an acid etch primer. You don't have to rough up the surface at all. It'll actually, when you put it on, you got to wear a mask, you got to be careful. I'm getting etched right now. It'll work its way right onto the metal. That way it'll resist a lot of scratches when I do paint it. And I'm thinking like a red and black theme, red and white. Not sure about that, but something that really pops. Not green, because that'll blend in the springtime, but I think red would be a great color, red and black. Look at all the braided hose covering. So cool. There's so much going on here, guys. I'm gonna have to figure it out as I go. So now you can see I've got a ton of work ahead of me in the coming weeks. You guys can hit the notify bell if you want to be notified of the new videos that get dropped on the channel, or just come back and check the channel. I don't really care. I do want you to hit the like button though, because those likes show me that you enjoy these unique build videos. I know a lot of people just want to see me running the trucks and cars and tanks and stuff. They don't want to see me build it, so I need your support. If you want me to keep building, hit that like button right now, and I'll see you in the next episode of RC Adventures. Now get outside and have fun with RC. You know I always do. Bye for now.